Right, guys, just following up then on the lesson we done last week in relation to photosynthesis. So I got your questions. I popped up there on the Schoology website here yesterday the solutions to the questions on photosynthesis. So if there's any problems with those, please get on to me. Just in relation to this then, I want to move on to respiration. So we mentioned it before when we talked about the breathing system, but just actually kind of getting more specific on it. So what is respiration and what are the types of respiration that can occur? Okay, so the main type of respiration that you're going to see is this one here. All right, so this PowerPoint is in your notes as well with photosynthesis respiration. So respiration is the breakdown of food to give energy. So like last year we looked at 3 different systems. We looked at the circulatory system, we looked at the breathing system, and we looked at the digestive system. So the purpose of the breathing system mainly is to get oxygen into the blood. The purpose of the digestive system is to get glucose and energy into blood. And the purpose of the circulatory system then is to pump that blood around the body. So basically the 3 of them kind of work in tandem with each other to get oxygen and glucose around the body to all the cells. When we break down respiration into an equation, we say that respiration is food plus oxygen. Now, food is basically glucose because our bodies run on glucose. So we get our food through our digestive system in our small intestine being absorbed into the bloodstream. The oxygen goes into our bloodstream, into our red blood cells, and is stored there by hemoglobin. And that gets transported to all the cells. So respiration occurs in each and every cell in your body. And the whole purpose of it is to produce energy. And when food and oxygen combine together to produce energy, that is respiration. Now 2 byproducts of that then are carbon dioxide and water vapor. And we breathe out both carbon dioxide and water vapor. What you'll see then is we call this aerobic respiration because oxygen is involved in the process. Okay, sometimes our bodies can undergo respiration without the use of oxygen, so we can kind of break down the glucose and so on, but we call that anaerobic respiration. I'll touch on that in a second when I get to the book. So the breathing system involves taking in the oxygen required and giving out the carbon dioxide and water vapor. That little experiment there just shows respiration. You can really read through that. This shows some woodlouse, one this test tube here and none on this one here. They've lime water underneath. And over time, the carbon dioxide turns the lime water milky. That shows that carbon dioxide is produced during respiration. And a very simple experiment to show that. Sorry for that noise. That carbon dioxide again, we see here taking in carbon dioxide. And lastly, the one for water vapor is important. If you breathe on any cold surface like a mirror or a window, you'll get some condensation forming on the surface. And that just shows that there's water vapor present. You can test out one of 2 ways. You can get this stuff called cobalt chloride paper, which is blue. If you touch it against the moisture, the wet patch on the window or the mirror, it'll turn pink. So that proves water, because water is the only substance that'll turn cobalt chloride paper from blue to pink. And a second possible way is using stuff called anhydrous copper sulfate, which is a white powder, and if water touches that, it turns blue. And again, water is the only substance that turns that blue. So there's 2 possibilities. And then we've kind of touched on this before in respiration, but if you have kind of 2 test tubes set up and you blow through one and you inhale through the other, what happens, or you exhale through one and you inhale through the other, the one through which you exhale, the lime water will turn milky quicker than the one through which you inhale. And that just proves that there's more carbon dioxide present in exhale there than inhale there. Okay, just a very small thing then, looking for anaerobic respiration. So we said aerobic respiration is this one here, right? Now they've broken it down into actually using the chemical molecular formulas, I suppose, for the substances. So C6H12O6, that is just the chemical formula for glucose. Okay, O2 is obviously oxygen, CO2 is carbon dioxide, H2O is water, and then energy. O2 is involved here, so that is aerobic respiration. Up here, we see, that's just the word equation for aerobic respiration. Just to try and find or show you guys anaerobic respiration. Give me 1 second. So here it is. So it's just where the glucose is broken down and it produces small amounts of energy. Okay. During this process as well, lactic acid is produced. Now, if anybody plays sports or if you've ever some strenuous exercise or strenuous work or that kind of stuff. Maybe you might be doing a lot of stuff at home at the moment. If you do something repetitively and you run out of oxygen in your blood, so your body isn't getting enough oxygen around to the cells, and the cells have to start breaking down the glucose without the presence of oxygen, what happens is they'll continue to break down the oxygen, they'll get small amounts of, continue to break down the glucose, they'll get small amounts of energy from it. But when there's no oxygen present, it's called anaerobic, and this produces a side substance or a byproduct called lactic acid. So when your muscles get sore after very strenuous exercise, it's the buildup of lactic acid in your muscles that causes this. So if you overexert and you haven't got the ability to get the oxygen around your bodies, which happens to a lot of people, the lactic acid builds up in your muscles, and that actually makes that soreness in your muscles afterwards. Okay, guys? It continues on, the pages there. There's a few little things, little experiments that you can flick through, and then you have your chapter summary there as well. All right. What I'm going to do is I want you to have a flick through that PowerPoint, and obviously this was the video, and on top of that then as well, let's look through the few questions, or the few bits, few pages there that are in the book. And I'm going to create an assignment solely around respiration that I want handed in for Thursday afternoon. Okay, so Thursday at 3:40 is when your questions on respiration are due. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.